Hello guys, in this video we're going to be looking at exponentials and logarithms. So to start off, we'll look at this example here. 3 to the power of x equals 9. Okay, so for this we can quite easily see that 3 to the power of 2 is equal to 9, therefore x must be equal to 2. Okay, just to look at another example, let's look at 7 to the power of x, which equals 343. Okay. Again, if you know your cube numbers well, we know that x is going to be equal to 3. And what that's saying is that 7 to the power of 3 equals 343. Okay. So that's okay so far. What about examples like this? 5 to the power of x equals 9. I mean, there isn't really a whole number such that 5 to the power of that number equals 9. So it gets a little bit more confusing, a little bit more complicated. But this is where we add logarithms to our belt of resources. So before we look at this example, I'm just going to look at an easier example and we're going to look at it with logarithms. Okay. Suppose you had 4 to the power of x equals 16. Now, the question that we're asking ourselves is 4 to the power of what is equal to 16? Okay, and one way in which you can write it is like this. So we can say that x is equal to what we call log to the base 4 of 16. So if you type this in your calculator, log to the base 4 of 16, what it's going to tell you is, it's going to tell you the power that you have to raise 4 to in order to get to 16. Okay? So, if you type that in your calculator, you should get that x equals 2. And of course, we already know this because 4 to the power of 2 is equal to 16. Okay? Now, let's go back to the previous example that I had shown, and we'll say 5 to the power of x is equal to 9. Okay, so again, same question, 5 to the power of what number is equal to 9? So we can write that like this. X is equal to log, this time to the base 5 of 9. So again, this is telling us the power in which we'd have to raise 5 to in order to be able to get to 9. Okay? And if you type that in your calculator, you should get that x is equal to 1.36521 and so on. Okay? And if we go just to 3 decimal places, we say x is equal to 1.365. Okay? So that is the introduction to the concept of a logarithm. In the next video, we'll start looking at some examples of how we can rewrite certain expressions using logarithms. Okay, that's it for now.